Hello and welcome back to Only Analog. I'm just about to set off for Wales with Tom on a little photography road trip, and this has just arrived. And I'm very excited about this, as this is going to be coming along on the Wales trip with us. But I thought it might be nice for, us to open it together and you can see what I've got. I had to get one of these. I've sold a bit of gear and I was obviously looking into something new, and this has been on my radar for a little while. But yeah, I'm going to unpack this together and I'll let you guys see what it is. And obviously today's video is going to be based around this camera. So let's pop her open. Some Kodak gold in there, lovely. Oh, I love how this is wrapped, it's lovely. Let's pop that. And here it is. So this is my brand new Fujica GSW690. I'm very excited about this. As I said, it's in absolutely immaculate condition. And the reason I got this GSW690 over the GW690 is because I absolutely love shooting in through a wider lens. And this comes with the 65mm Fujinon, whereas the GW690 comes with the 90mm, I believe. So yeah, the 65mm equates to about 28mm if you'd be shooting on 35mm film. So yeah, super wide, obviously huge 6x9 negative. Very much used to shooting on the 55 on Pentax 6.7. So I'm going to get a little bit more out of this with the 6x9 negative. Super stoked to get out with this and give it a try. Yeah, let's get into today's video. Loading the first roll into the Fujica 690. The HP5 Plus is absolutely wild out there. I'm just very, very scared of getting this wet. So taking Tom's brolly. Just finished the roll of HP5, it's still absolutely pissing it. But I'm just past this little hut, it's very dark. what is it now, 5 o'clock, and we've been driving for about 6 hours now. Can't pass up on this. So I roll a Delta 3200s going in. A little bit extra. I don't know if this is a good idea.
I'm not getting out, mate. You're gonna get slapped, mate.
It'd be worth it. So, not many photos taken. I'm assuming you can, I don't know if you can see on the camera the wind and the rain, but there's a warning out for wind and rain today, so just going gently over this mountain, trying not to let the car go sideways off the side of the cliff. But yeah, we're getting there. The rain is literally coming sideways, so not a lot of opportunity for photos today, I don't think, but we've got a couple. We'll see what the weather's looking like in a little bit. But yeah, not the road trip on a Sunday we was expecting up this morning. Yeah, see how we go.
So this video today was the first part of a two-part series from the Welsh road trip. And this is the perfect spot to finish the first part of this video. There's definitely some keepers in there for the portfolio, but I'm pretty certain the second part of this video is where the real keepers are hiding. So definitely stick around and keep an eye out for the next video. So before we sign off today, I want to talk a little bit more about this beautiful Fujica GSW690 and why I purchased it. So as I said in the intro, obviously I was selling a lot of gear in order to purchase newer gear, and this one has been on my radar for such a long time, and there's a few reasons for that. The first of which is I plan on heading back to New Zealand in the near future, and I wanted something extra to take with me, something a little bit lighter, a little bit more easier to pack. I mean, it's not exactly light, but in terms of packing a backpack compared to the Pentax 6.7, I think this is definitely the better option. And I wanted something that, you know, is super easy to use. I can just pick up, know I'm going to get amazing shots every time, something I trust, and I know that's not going to let me down. So yeah, that's obviously the first reason I picked this up. I wanted something as a backup to the Pentax 6.7. I do actually have two Pentax 6.7s now, but since owning this, I've been debating on whether to let one go. I've always been a massive Pentax 6.7 guy. Never really been a rangefinder guy, which is really interesting. But this camera is absolutely amazing. I've loved every second of using it so far. Since this trip, I've put a few more rolls through it as well. I quite often go to this before going to the Pentax 6.7 now, which is insane. And the second reason I picked up this camera is because this summer, and hopefully in the future, I plan on doing a lot more infrared photography. Something I've been really interested in over the last couple of years, and it's something I want to pursue a bit more, especially in these brighter months that we're about to start having in the UK. And obviously with the Fujica, it is a rangefinder, so I can leave the infrared filter on the camera. Obviously I can do all my focusing through the rangefinder, which I can see straight through. Obviously it's not through the lens, so the infrared filter doesn't need to continuously come on and off. And it's also got the little infrared focusing marker, I guess you call it, on the top as well, which is super handy. So yeah, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of this camera on the channel in the very near future, for a lot of infrared, and probably some street photography and other stuff as well. I'm not going to go over the specs too much. It's a pretty straightforward camera, fairly similar to obviously the Fuji 690. As I said in the intro, obviously the Fuji 690 has the 90mm lens, whereas this has the 65mm lens, so a lot wider. So it's an f5.6, which runs all the way up to f32. So it is a little bit of a slower lens. It doesn't open up as much as some other cameras, which for me isn't really a massive issue. If you've used one of these cameras, you know how special they really are. They are absolutely amazing. I know the wide isn't for everyone. The ease of use of this camera is crazy. You know, it's super quick. Everything's really simple, straightforward. You've got all of everything you need on the top of the lens, making it really easy and accessible for your hand while you're holding the camera. As I said in the intro as well, it's absolutely immaculate condition. I think on the frame counter, we are at 73 now, which means that's the frame counter in increments of 10. So it's taken 730 photos in its lifetime. I purchased it when it was at 61, so I've put 12 rolls through this now. A lot of those were in Wales. I've done a few more little bits with it since. Yeah, definitely a massive purchase for me, this one. Yeah, so far so good. It's been an absolute joy to use. Quick, simple, easy, beautiful design, easy to hold in your hand. The ergonomics of it are absolutely stunning, and it's just a beautiful camera to look at. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please drop it a like and a comment. Please also subscribe as well. It's the best way that you can support this channel if you've enjoyed what you've seen. And please do come back for part 2. There's some absolute beauties in there, I promise you. I had an amazing time up in Wales with Tom for this portion of the trip, travelling over Snowdon. So yeah, there's some real keepers in the next one, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Well, thank you very much for coming along today. I hope you've enjoyed. Stay safe, happy shooting, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.